And we're off.
And we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Hey.
Welcome, Joe Jensen, to the pod, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, guys. Nice to see you both.
Our
So
pleasure.
excited.
Yeah. Beautiful apartment, Eddie. I love
Thanks,
it here.
man.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
vibes.
It's you've seen the one nice part of it. The rest of it is an absolute dump.
I believe that.
Yeah, but you know,
That's great, man.
say la vie.
Yeah.
I'm still at this stage in life where like I can handle living in a dump.
Yeah.
I'm aging out of it though. Perceptibly. Pretty soon, I'm not going to be able to handle it.
How old are you, Eddie?
30.
30? Oh, yeah, that's like right around the age where, something happens when you turn 30 where you're like, I can't do this anymore. This is crazy. Yeah.
The romance of the bohemian lifestyle starts to fade.
Yeah. You want like a
30s, you're like, all right, I need my own space.
quiet street, somewhere where you can go to bed at like 10 when you really need to.
Right.
It's great, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Your spot's perfect for that.
Oh,
dude.
it's
nice,
awesome,
quiet
dude.
street right at the end, dude.
I love it, dude.
Where are you at?
I'm down in Roslindale, man.
Okay.
It's great, dude.
We filmed a bunch of the Glove Box sketches there. That's
yeah.
You'll see Kenny naked
Next
on
week.
my coffee table.
Next
It's great. Yeah.
Those on your coffee table?
Oh yeah,
week.
dude. I had
This comes
to.
out.
Did you
yeah.
burn
This
it?
comes out.
Heavily bleached it. Yeah.
Dude, we
UV
laid
rays.
shit down. We had to like,
That's true.
We're fine.
I had to wash
I
those
would still
towels
burn it.
and my robe.
Hey, what the heck, dude? I don't like that.
I don't know what you got.
Save that for the roast next week, huh, Pat?
Oh, true.
Ooh,
Yeah, I should
wait.
save that for
Is there a roast of Kenny?
we're
Me and
roasting
him
each
are
other.
roasting each other
roast
at the
battle.
Rockwell
Excellent.
on Wednesday.
Oh wow, that'll be great.
Yeah, it should be
Oh,
fun.
this is a whole new category of jokes I didn't realize I could make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys been
My
like?
disgusting body.
Yeah, I could just do a PowerPoint presentation of various stills of you naked on that.
Oh yeah.
I could just serve as my
Absolutely.
jokes. Just
Yeah.
Like, look at this.
Reach out to Gam. He'll get you footage. He'll probably give you graphics to like highlight things. It'll be like when you see Bigfoot walking. You know.
Yeah, that would be a funny roast bit, is just showing somebody else's work that was made unironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're genuinely trying.
You just show the sketch.
Yeah, I just show this.
Look at this thing.
He
Look at
thought
this.
this
They
was
were trying.
good. Yeah.
This is a real thing.
He told people about this
Yeah.
a lot of times.
That's basically what Shane did to Tony Hinchcliffe at that roast.
Right, yeah.
His license plate says "I roast." That's so cool. Your friends definitely don't talk about that behind your back.
Does he really? That's so fucking
favorite
weird.
was my favorite was the Ari Shaffir. It's like Ari Shaffir is an edgy comedian, which is really cool as a 50-year-old thing to be. Anyway, what were we just talking about before this? We were talking about the studio.
game?
The decline
studio.
of like the movie industry,
Right,
right? And we
yeah,
were talking
yeah.
about how you like how the producer in the studio is like kind of a bumbling idiot almost. Like he's not a bad guy, but like
Yeah.
he is like kind of the villain in some ways sometimes, right? He gets in the way of the filmmaking.
Well, he's in an impossible position.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That is fair. But like I guess to me it feels like
He is also mumbling.
yeah, exactly. It's more like, you know, how like Veep represented like political stuff in a way where it's
Yes.
in a lot of ways probably more realistic about like what
Yeah.
goes wrong. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the studio is to like the, you know, typical evil producer or whatever.
The only spin on that I would add is that the studio feels a little bit warmer to me.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas
Yeah,
Veep
yeah.
was like pure cynicism.
Veep by the end was
Like,
very
they
cynical.
did not give a fuck.
I mean, it had like something, like a little bit of the we're trying to do good here for the first 4 or 5 seasons, and then they got really cynical by the end. They were, you know, she was.
Speaking of roasting,
Yeah.
like I've never seen better roasts than on that show. It's like, dude, have you seen Veep?
Oh,
I've seen some of it, not a lot
Every
though.
episode, it's just 20 minutes of roasts.
fun
Oh,
fact
really?
about that.
So good. Too.
Armando Iannucci, I think is the name of the writer, but he has a guy on staff whose entire job, he's had him on like every show he's ever made, every movie he's ever written, is to come up with the insults and the swears. Like that's his job. Is like he doesn't write the full episode.
Oh
He
my
writes
God.
the like
The insult dialogue.
yeah, and all that like you know, like you gotta watch it. It's the most
Imagine
creative.
telling
Like
fifth grade you that's what you're going to get paid for. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
like,
sick.
Oh my
I'd give
God.
myself a high five.
We
like,
made it.
Do we have to wake up before 11? Hell no.
No, you work when you want. They're waiting on you.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah, no. So that's one of the reasons, you know, that
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I saw a
clicks.
thing recently that, you know, in all this, you know, tariff war talk, that apparently China was considering like a ban on U.S. movies being imported, And I was like, considering the effect that the Chinese market has had on U.S. movies,
probably a
that
good
would
thing.
actually be a very good thing for us.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
At least artistic-wise.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You can't sell Goodwill Hunting in China. However, you can sell Avatar and the Avengers.
I'd love to see like a Chinese like remake of Goodwill Hunting, though, right? Like, what's the Chinese equivalent? Like Shanghai? I don't fucking know.
Good weird hunting.
How do you like those Chinese pears? I don't know. Like
maybe it's a guy who can't do math, and that's what makes him like so special. They're like, holy shit, he doesn't understand this. He must be some kind of god.
You ever hear the Norm thing? But it was black. It was Will Smith hunting.
Will Smith hunting.
And the question that was on the board was 2 + 2.
Oh god. R.I.P. Norman Powell, man.
oh, he's a genius, dude. One of my heroes for sure.
So funny.
Oh man. Yeah, no, we were talking about I like just to like speaking of that movie, like how good like the movies in the 90s were and like how that was like kind of like the last great like era of creative movie making, you know, before everything sort of I mean, I really blame like the Marvel movies, right? Like those kind of like fucked everything up for everyone. Like I mean
the MCU type movies.
Yeah, because I mean they were kind of fun.
The original Spider-Mans were
the Spider-Mans were fun, but they had like Sam Raimi doing those, right?
Exactly,
and that dude
that's
is
what I mean.
weirdo, you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and
I rewatched Spider-Man 2 recently.
classic.
It's such a good movie.
It's camp. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's not. Dude, it's not like a Marvel movie they make nowadays.
No,
no.
At all.
It's awesome.
He was a horror director, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Evil Dead. Great movie. You guys, I mean, if you haven't seen Evil Dead,
Yeah,
Army
that
of
scene
Darkness,
where Doc
classic.
Ock is getting like worked on in the operating room and
Yeah.
the tentacles come to life for the first time.
That's
It's genuinely
great.
scary.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a genuinely intense moment.
Yeah.
You just don't see those
No,
in these
dude.
Marvel movies.
Yeah, and I mean, Tobey Maguire is not the kind of casting decision they like start. They got there, I guess, with like Tom Holland, but he's like, I don't know, I got thoughts on Tom Holland. That guy is,
Yeah.
he's a little boy, you know. Like, what is I don't know, what is his deal? Why does he get to fuck Zendaya? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got a hot take. I think
Zendaya's kinda mid.
I think she's overrated as fuck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you guys saw her in person, you would definitely like completely change your tune on that one. But
Maybe.
you know, whatever.
I think
don't
as
know.
far as like really hot celebrities go, though, you know,
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
like you're
Okay.
like they're putting they put her on like a pedestal with like like Sydney Sweeney.
I know.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
City
You take
Square.
her to a
Don't get me
Boston
wrong.
open mic, she's a fucking goddess.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But in Hollywood,
Yeah.
amongst, models turned actresses, like, yeah.
Isn't she the one starring in a lot of movies because she's hot?
Zendaya?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think she just caught a wave of popularity where people like her character as a person.
feel like this
she
is that
seems,
episode of The Office where
quirky
they're like-
and fun. She's also a genuinely good actor. Like, her performance in Euphoria, I think, is like,
I
that's
did-
real acting.
Yeah.
You know? Then again, to the point about, like, the Marvelization of movies, like, we pick certain artists and then just ram them down each other's throats forever. And it's like, the year she's about to have is so crazy. She's going to be in Dune 3. She's going to be in
Wait,
the
is
next...
Dune 3 coming out already?
I think so, yeah.
Are you serious?
The next Euphoria, she's going to... Or working on it.
Okay.
She has a job.
Yeah,
The
that's
next
cool.
season of Euphoria and the fucking Odyssey. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's other
Oh, the
projects
Christopher
I'm forgetting.
Nolan
Yeah.
Odyssey thing. That's pretty cool.
It's like,
The other
other
the next
people
Spider-Man
doing-
movie she's probably gonna be in too.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
Fucking A.
Yeah, she's Mary Jane.
That's supposed to come out. In
I mean, she's
26.
crushing it. Like,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I like Zendaya. I mean, personally, I would date her, but you guys are, I get it. You guys have standards. That's cool. Like,
I mean, yes, obviously I would date her too. I'll say this. I liked her look the best of the Met Gala looks that I saw.
oh yeah, you're a big fan of the Met Gala looks.
I was just going to say,
Kenny,
I
what's
knew-
your favorite
I knew
Met
I was
Gala
getting
look?
myself too much.
Sabrina Carpenter looked pretty sick.
Wow, you guys know a
also
lot
looks
about the Met Gala looks.
looks
Oh
really
my
good.
god, I
Yeah,
feel
we're on
like so
social- We're on
uninformed.
social media, man.
Yeah,
Maybe
You
I'm
get
the
fed
gay
this
one.
shit.
Oh my god.
I follow. I follow Sabrina Carpenter very tightly. I'm up to date with what she's wearing, dude.
No, she's cute.
I saw
She's
the
cute.
funniest Sabrina Carpenter tweet the other day. It was like, she's one of these days she's just gonna be the green M&M.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
She
like,
does
oh
kind of
my
have that
God.
look
Yeah,
on her face,
she's
doesn't she?
round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's cute. I know like very little. I'm like at that age where I'm like starting to know less and less. I realize like Ariana Grande was like kind of the start of it for me, where I was like, I don't really know who this person is.
Oh shit.
And like no, like I know now, like, but it's not at that level where I could like.
yeah.
I know she dated Pete Davidson. I know she's in big movies and she's a singer.
That's a healthy place to be.
Yeah,
she dated the God first, dude.
Yeah, she dated Mac.
R.I.P. Mac.
Yeah. Well, just, I mean, all of us have been alive long enough to realize, like, oh, these pop stars are like, it's like a cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, liking or disliking them is kind of dumb.
That's a cool moment when you like realize, oh, this is just
there's gonna be another one. They're all doing basically the same thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
There's no reason to hate them. There's no reason to.
Nah, they just are with that. And, you know, like it kind of like helps you appreciate it a little more. Like there, like I like Chapel Roan songs and stuff like that.
I do
you know,
too.
like like
Pink Pony Club, sure.
Oh hell yeah! And I used to be like, but I used to be very like anti-pop, just like as a principle or whatever.
Right.
And now I'm just like, oh, it's just a thing.
I've fallen out of that too, dude. Olivia Rodrigo's music is sick.
Yeah, dude. You know, it's got a beat. It's fun. Whatever.
Yeah,
have a good time.
Harry Styles rules.
Yeah,
sure.
I think
Give
of
me
it
all
like
that, dude.
I think of it like McDonald's. It's like if you don't like McDonald's, you're an idiot and you're in denial of just they made it in a lab to be delicious. It's obviously good. However, if McDonald's is your favorite food, you're a fucking idiot.
That's the problem.
It's like if you dislike Friends, you're an asshole. But if Friends is your favorite show, you're retarded.
But this is like, and this is my problem with like how the movie industry has changed. Though, is like it's harder to find things that aren't that McDonald's kind of like you get like A24 movies, which is great. Yeah, exactly. And so like you get like a couple of these like boutique things, which are great. Like, did you guys see like Nosferatu at all? Great,
Nosferatu rules.
Super fun, super cool movie. Like weird. Like they gave it a big budget. Like it was a lot of fun to watch. It reminded me of seeing like I don't know like. I mean, not Forrest Gump because they're totally different movies, but in the same way, like big blockbusters made by like interesting guys with visions, like, and it's nice to see those things like
it was
exist
a swing
still.
at something.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't a guaranteed hit.
No.
We talked about this last week, but James Rubin called it "Come Death" the movie when we saw it.
Come Death the movie.
Yeah,
we're getting a lot of mileage out of that.
I think it's so funny.
I think it's funny too. I'm still laughing. Shout out the Rube man.
Yeah, shout out James Rubin.
But and I mean, it feels like if it's not A24 though, like what I mean, like who else is making like super cool movies? Like I feel like every time I see something different,
this is another thing we've talked about many times, but I think we're on the verge of like a decent era of comedies. I think like the demand for comedy movies is finally like spilled over. Like I just realized Tim Dillon is going to be in the fucking Theo Von and David Spade movie.
Yeah,
that's definitely going to be funny.
I'm excited about Friendship.
Friendship's gonna be
that's going to be
sweet.
Yeah. Want to go to see that one in theaters. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. That's great. If they're bringing back goofy comedies, man, I missed. Dude,
Colin Williams has a movie coming out soon too.
Oh, cool, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's something I've liked about going to see Blue Velvet at the Somerville Theater is I like how I also saw you'll call me gay for this, but I saw the importance of being earnest at the Coolidge Theater.
Yeah, that's cool.
They run these old screenings and it's like I don't have the time to allocate to like the massive backlog of great movies that I know I should see.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to sit down and throw on a David Lynch movie left to my own devices. So I kind of like them making those decisions for me. And I don't feel like I'm missing out on most of the stuff that's, like, contemporaneously in theaters.
Well, also, I mean, like, movies are meant to be seen in theaters, right? Like that's, like, I lament that fact, too, is that it's hard to, like, go to the movie theater these days. Like it's not hard, but, like, people just don't do it as much, you know?
Yeah.
It's honestly insane for people that don't have the AMC A-list thing. If you want to go see movies.
Yeah. I mean, you got to pay like $20 now.
It's $20 a month, but you get 3 free tickets a week.
Oh, really?
You can go to the movies as much as you want to. It's so nice.
Shout out for AMC, man.
Yeah.
Sponsored by AMC.
Please, this episode is sponsored by Bags in the Back. Bagman Cinema.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Other than the studio, is there any TV shows that you're super into right now? Oh, by the way, dude, I watched the second episode of The Rehearsal, but I haven't seen the third one yet.
No, dude, I wanted to talk. Fuck!
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. We have to wait till next
I'm like catching up on The Rehearsal. I love I love everything he does. Like
he's so fucking good, man.
Yeah. Did you see?
Me and my girl been watching Nathan For You now.
Yeah.
We're rewatching it because she was dying laughing at the third episode.
Yeah.
He does Captain Sully, dude, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's unreal, bro.
Nice. Yeah, it's a great show though. He's like a really just intelligent guy. He has a real
dude, the
style
way his comedic mind works is just so fucking different than anyone else. It's nuts.
The situations he creates are unbelievably awkward, and I love every single one of them.
Dude, the Paramount thing where he built like the Reichstag.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's fucking incredible. Like that
graphic.
The graphic.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Dude, I was almost crying laughing at that. Dude.
I love that
was so
too,
good.
that,
And then he's just talking to he hires a German guy to talk to him.
He builds the way the banners were set up. It's literally like a Nazi. I just love too that HBO sponsored all that.
Yeah,
They paid the bills for all that. So that's HBO sending shot across the bow.
Yeah.
I'd want to see more of this.
Yeah,
he has that whole fucking fake airport that he's adding stuff to.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
And he did that last season too. He had what was the first season? He had just like a bar or something that he kept.
Yeah, he had a bar. He did the one with the. I love the one he did where it was like the kids, where it was like the woman wanted to see what it was going to be like to have kids, so they swapped out like. Have you seen this one yet?
It was in the first season.
Yeah. They start out with like a baby, and they have like parents there like watching the kids, but because of labor laws, the kids can only work certain hours, and so they have like they have like a 3-month-old and a 6-month-old and a 9-month-old, and like he switches them out every 3 hours.
Out like every couple hours
up to like age 18.
Yeah, so like the kid just keeps getting older, but it's like by the day, dude. It's so
most
funny.
Nathan Fielder idea.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to see more. I want to see more streaming wars. Like I loved how like that old episode of South Park where they shit on Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying.
I guess it's more negativity into the world, which we don't really need. But I don't know. Some competition, some good-hearted competition.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Other than The Rehearsal, what are you into?
Let's see. What am I watching these days? I just watched The Pit. Have you guys seen that one?
No, I have not.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, no. So it's awesome. It's like a medical drama, which my granddad was a doctor. I always think they're like kind of interesting. I used to work in like healthcare tech, and so excuse me. I spent a lot of time like hanging out in ERs, like waiting to like test machines while they were free and stuff like that. So I spent a long time in hospitals for like 10 years basically, and this thing is like. It gets it. It's like an authentic, like, each episode is like an hour in the shift, sort of like 24 style, Mm-hmm. So it like starts at like 8 in the morning and goes until like 9 at night. And it goes over like, they find ways to like work in like kind of like patient examples of like real problems facing the medical, like industry. I don't know what you'd call it. And then like the lead doctor was like traumatized during COVID kind of thing, like sort of has like some PTSD, has like flashbacks to like, wearing the biohazard suit and like watching like people he knew died and stuff like that, and then very happy stuff for a comedy podcast. By the way,
that's so interesting. I'd never thought of that. But I mean, we didn't talk about this beforehand. There is no formula for this podcast. We just try to have a conversation. If it happens to be funny, then great.
Yeah,
but
awesome.
It's really just about a hang.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. I never thought about that because like they clearly account for that in like the military. They organize your service by tours, so as to mitigate the PTSD problem.
Yeah, sure.
It seems like they should probably do a similar thing for doctors.
Yeah, well, and that's like a big thing they talk about too. Is sort of like they have like some policies and procedures in place, but when you're short staffed, and like again, another thing that's been like corporatized is medicine, and so they have these like. Corporate metrics they have to hit and like profit margins and things like that like are driving decision making for like staffing decisions and things like that.
Fucking McDonald's, man.
It's happening, dude. It's this like, man. It's happening, dude. Like, we need to break up these fucking monopolies. It's like, okay, I will say it's
that's what everyone cares about anyways. It's just making money.
Yeah, it's wild to me that Disney owns Fox, Marvel, like they own Star Wars, they own superheroes, they own like all that stuff that used to be
they
just
own the
like
Simpsons now.
Yeah, they own the Simpsons. Like everything like that was cool is like just like owned by Disney.
Nat
now.
Geo.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Like you like flip through like Disney whatever it is and
Disney Plus.
Yeah, and it's like
it's literally everything that you liked when you were a kid.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't understand how. Yeah, antitrust laws haven't gotten to these people. I guess they've just bought out.
Well, I'm sure Trump's going to enforce it.
Right.
He seems like he's going to do that.
Yeah, he's definitely somebody to go to war with rich people.
Yeah.
That's his style.
Well, he said he was going to do it, so.
Right. Yeah. What do we think of India v. Pakistan?
Oh, dude.
Pakistan.
That one's going to lead to.
Could really smell that war coming, huh?
I tried to do.
It's good. That was good. Pakistan is in the bag.
Right. I tried to do a bit about it last night at Model that bombed so hard. Just being like I'm excited for this one because Russia and Ukraine, it's a stalemate. It's a tie. It's basically, soccer ends in ties.
Yeah.
That's gay.
Yeah.
Israel, Palestine, it's like 40,000 to nothing at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blowout.
It's a blowout. Also, like a tie, uninteresting.
Yeah.
India and Pakistan, that now we got a game.
Yeah.
Because India's way bigger. You'd think they'd have it in the bag. But Pakistan also has nukes.
Right. Yes.
So this really could go either way. Pakistan also has China backing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that one could.
Do you know that Pakistan is in the bag video though?
Oh yeah, that is
A classic.
That is a classic. The other thing I like about this is I know who I'm rooting for.
Oh yeah,
like
Pakistan.
Dude, I don't want to live in a world without chicken tikka masala. I
mean, we'll still have it.
True, yeah, the British.
It's true. I think we got it down, dude.
Yeah.
So a funny thing of like Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of the UK, of England, being like we support India, and all the comments are like, I wonder why. Rishi Sunak. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, the memes that are coming out of this are my favorite part.
Yeah.
Just I saw one that was it was Pakistan. It was them aiming a nuke at India, but it was just a stick of deodorant.
Yeah. I've seen fighter jets armed with like Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's good stuff.
At least we'll have the memes when World War III breaks out. That'll be
That's all we need. Yeah.
That'll get us through the times.
That's all I need. Got me through COVID. Memes and Call of Duty. That's what I'll be doing again.
Nothing will change.
So what else is up, Kenneth? How was your week?
It's been good, dude. Same old, working, fucking hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Did the point on Tuesday. It was fun.
Love the point.
Yeah.
Shout out
to the boys.
Yeah.
And ladies.
Yeah.
I say the boys as in my friends. I don't say it as in gender roles. I don't believe in that stuff.
They'll take solace in that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They'll accept.
Alexis is my boy, dude.
Yeah.
Nancy also my boy.
Right. Totally.
Indeed.
Yep.
My boys too.
But yeah, no, I've just been hanging, dude.
Nice.
What about you, dude? What are you doing?
I've been getting together money to gamble on this basketball series.
Oh, excellent.
Celtics Knicks.
You
Hope
throwing
you
on
have
the Knicks
not
now?
bet on the Celtics.
I'm betting on the Celtics.
Well, that's fucking stupid. It turns out.
No, because I
Well,
think
now you should definitely bet on the Celtics.
yes,
think.
because the odds are such that for the first time in the series, you can actually make some money.
Oh, yeah.
On who I think are the obvious favorite. I mean, the first two games are toss-ups. Like,
Except for the blowing the 20-point lead 2 games in a row thing, I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
They should not have been toss-ups. I don't know what they're doing, man. I would not put money on the Celtics right now.
I'm just a New Yorker, and so I have there's just a deep part of me that can't imagine the Knicks ever winning anything.
I mean, well, that's true too. But you could put money on who? What are the odds on the Pacers right now? Are they still good for the? I'd bet on them.
The odds on the Pacers are probably better than the Cavs now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna bet on somebody,
the Cavs did the same thing. They're down 2-0 also.
What?
Yeah, I did that. Oh, they're hurt and stuff too there or something.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of people out.
Typing that in just crashed my Google Chrome.
Everybody's looking it up right now. They're
Right.
trying to. Yeah, the odds are gonna be shit once you find it.
Pacers.
Can we just talk about how shitty that play was from Jason Tatum though?
Oh, it
to
was
end the
very
game?
bad.
It was
Very
one of
bad.
the worst plays I've ever seen to end a game. Right? They didn't even get a. It's so it's one thing when you airball a shot or something. At least you got the shot off.
Mm-hmm.
But to just throw it away in traffic like that,
Yeah, no good.
I can't believe it.
Dude, Mikal Bridges is playing like he's never played before.
Yeah, he's playing
he's
everybody.
playing unreal. Dude.
Yeah, you see why they traded all those draft picks and stuff from. I
Yeah.
guess right.
Yeah.
That's
It's finally worth it.
I guess so. Yeah, basically. I mean,
Yeah, because they got rid of Randall and all that for him, right?
no, they sent that was how they got
That was
Towns.
after?
They traded Dante and Randall for Towns with some draft picks.
Oh,
And
that's
they,
right. Yeah.
They sent 4 or 5 picks, and I don't know.
Dude, they're getting smoked too.
Yeah.
By Golden State.
Yeah, dude. We'll see if that happens again though. Curry's out for a week or something, so he's not
that's
coming back
right.
till game 5. So.
But it's 0-2 also, right?
I think they're only up 1. I think they've only played 1 game,
Oh.
and then yeah. But yeah, no. Pacers are up on the Cavs, but everybody thought it was gonna be Cavs Celtics in the final or in the conference finals.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Are you like okay? So Eddie, you gamble. Like, how often do you?
I gamble very, very sporadically.
Okay, so you're not
just
an
on
app guy.
like I gamble because I really. The truth is, I don't really care about sports.
Okay.
So like, I gamble to make games interesting that I want to be interested in.
Okay, cool.
So like,
No,
I'll gamble on.
that.
I'll bet on the Super Bowl. I'll bet on like a series like this.
Okay.
Because I want a reason to be invested in the Celtics winning. I
Like,
don't
yeah.
want them to win or lose and then just be like, all right, what's next?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I actually do get that. Like, I'll bet on like a big fight, or like sometimes
Right.
if I'm at like a Kentucky Derby party, or if like you
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Then even if I lose, I think of it as like I paid $100 to enjoy this game.
Yeah, exactly. No, I get
Yeah.
that too. Like, I went to the casino with some friends recently. I took out some money that I was willing to lose. Didn't end up losing it, which was the best part.
Hell yeah.
That's
But like that
always
was
nice.
that's always the like bargain you make, right?
Yeah,
like
what did you
okay. Played a shit ton of craps.
Oh, nice.
Dude, craps are have you ever played craps?
I haven't. No.
Craps is great.
Craps is fun.
Craps is amazing. We should go play craps together at Encore sometime.
I'm
like,
down.
I'm in.
100%, dude. Like, I thought it was my first time playing. I had no idea what I was doing. By the end of it, I was just like loving it. It's like a team sport. You sit around, like you go around in the circle. Everybody gets their turn rolling the die.
Yeah.
And like, it's basically about like getting hot, and like what's hot like depends on like what you're rolling basically
Right.
and stuff like that. You figure it out pretty quickly.
And it's not like a game like blackjack where people can get mad at you for making the wrong decision.
There's not.
right?
It's the die. You roll the dice.
You
You,
just
know,
literally
like
just roll the dice,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's like one thing you can do to kind of like you can bet against the table, which is like everybody's like betting like for somebody to win, and you're the one guy betting against that happening. You kind of seem like an asshole, but like. I mean, I only saw like one guy doing that, and he was obviously an asshole. Like, you know, wearing this like very fancy suits on Encore kind of thing. Sad.
Man, what a fucking loser. Yeah.
But yeah, no, craps is awesome. We should go do it. And it's like it's also like not one of those games where you like lose your money quickly either. Like it would be like one of those things where like shit, dude, I just lost like $100 over the past hour. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm not feeling it. Maybe I'll go try a different thing or something like that. It's not like all of a sudden you're.
Yeah, 3 hands and you're fucking out.
Dude, yeah, blackjack scares me sometimes. Blackjack scares
crazy,
me
dude.
sometimes, man. Yeah, so this is
I've had really hot streaks on blackjack and then really, really bad streaks on blackjack. It's never. There's no in between, dude.
Yeah,
you know.
We're gonna do a comedians night at Encore though. That'll be
sick.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
All right,
Underrated aspect of Encore that I hadn't really appreciated is it's the only place in Boston that actually lets you drink late.
That's true.
You
That
can drink
is
until
true.
they'll serve you until 4 a.m.
Oh,
Yep.
there we go.
Everything else, again, as a New Yorker, it's like offensive to me.
As a New Yorker.
Yes, as a New Yorker. Yeah, you can see how proud I am of it.
Yeah.
It's so insane to me how early and everything in Boston closes.
Yeah,
It's
I mean-
always been insane to me.
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
don't
true.
understand why. Like
Well, it's 2
we're
usually.
a drinking town.
Yeah.
Most places it's 2, right?
That's true.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I will say, okay,
New
so
York's kind of gay now, dude.
yeah.
Really? Have they changed?
They shut down a lot. Like, dude,
It's not like it used
one
to
of
be.
the times that I went there, I was waiting for the bus back, and it was like my bus was at like 2 or something. So I was just trying to just chill at a bar and fucking hang out.
Right, yeah.
And dude, like, I was near like kind of near the cellar, I guess, and then there was nothing open there, so I went like towards where the like MSG, where the bus station is.
Yeah.
And then I was hanging out there, and there was fucking like 6 bars, and they were all closed already. And I was like,
What the
holy shit,
fuck?
dude. I was like, what happened to this? What the fuck happened to this place? You never sleep?
Democrats, dude.
You never sleep, dude?
Democrats.
Goddamn Democrats, dude. No. Eric Adams, whatever the hell he is, but corrupt.
He's a Republican now.
Yeah, he's weird.
I have
dude.
never seen a politician sell out so comically
Yeah.
and so blatantly as Eric Adams. I mean, it's like it almost doesn't even feel like we're talking politics to talk about it. It's so like comic book level. Like
it's insane. I don't
Yeah.
even know what to do with that guy. But like, I lived in New York for like 3 years, like down in Manhattan, and like I will say the one thing I like about bars closing a little early here is I don't find myself up like at 4 a.m. on a Wednesday. You know, just like, oh wow, what the fuck was I doing like tonight? Like,
Right, yeah.
I'm drunk as shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, it's real easy to have a drinking problem in New York.
indeed.
As a New Yorker, you probably know that though. So I don't mean to mansplain it to you, Eddie. My bad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I like that. I've known people that have like had their lives like ruined by that.
Yeah.
By that. Particularly guys that like Wall Street guys
Oh yeah, dude.
who are just not built for it. And
Yeah.
so because these guys are making so much fucking money,
Yeah.
they're going out and drinking champagne and doing coke every fucking night.
So much fucking cocaine in New York.
And they can is the thing. So it's like, if you don't have the constitution to like cut yourself off at a certain point, you're gonna burn out. It's impossible. It doesn't matter how much Adderall you take when you wake up in the morning. Yeah. Like, you're gonna fucking burn out. And I've met guys like that who are just like, I was smart enough to do it, and I was making a ton of money, but I ended up spending it all. I just had to go to rehab, and I was fucked.
What part of New York are you from?
I grew up in Brooklyn.
Okay, so do you know like Harry's Steakhouse down in like by Battery Park at all?
I'm sure I'd recognize it.
Yeah, it's right. You know Stone Street, that like cobblestone street.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's like right there. Mm-hmm. I was like doing corporate housing like right across the street from there, and that was like a big Wall Street bar, and I'd always just like pop in for like a drink after work or something like that, and. Some of the guys you're talking about, man, I would just like watch these dudes like, you know, it was like good people watching these dudes like get out of control and like, it's just like, wow, man, these guys do this like
they're animals. I mean, it's the perfect pressure cooker for an insane life, because not only is it like an intense bro culture, but they're insanely overworked, so they have a reason to blow off steam, and they have all the money.
Yeah, dude, it's so
all
true.
of the money.
And then it's like, I mean, you saw Wolf on Wall Street, obviously, right? Yeah, I mean that it's like that's pretty accurate. Like the glamorization, at least. Like, I mean, it's a movie, it's a little over the top, but like,
of the guys that burn out.
Yeah, and those are the movies that they find like aspirational is the other thing, you know? Like they watch Wall Street and they're like, oh, I want to be Gordon Gekko, not like, oh, that dude's like ruining America and like bankrupting his dad's industry and stuff like that. He's like, they're like, oh, he's making money. Fuck yeah.
My dad was in finance, and like he would tell me that he'd never participated in that lifestyle, and for the longest time I didn't believe him. But then I realized like, oh, he retired at 65 and he still has his hair, and, like his nose isn't bulbous. It's like, maybe he was actually a nerd the whole time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It strikes me as almost necessary at a certain point. Otherwise, you just fucking die.
There are all kinds of firms too, right? Like, I mean, there are the like party hard, like, you know, go hard kind of firms, and then they're more like reserved, buttoned down. We play board games kind of guys.
From what I gather, Japanese culture is a lot like this. Like Japanese work and drinking culture are like tied together.
Oh yeah, Japanese businessmen go hard, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. They will. And they have an almost like Irish-like system with the police, where like if a guy's passed out in a suit on the street, they'll just like put him on a bench.
I love that. I
love
that.
Make sure he's okay.
Cops are like cool in other countries, man. That sounds nice.
Well, you know, I don't think they give them as much of a reason to be assholes.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of like countries where like cops don't even like carry guns, right? Like they have like I think in England, I don't know, do they carry guns in England?
I don't think they have guns.
Yeah, right. Like there's a lot.
I think the Royal Guard does. Though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have guys with guns.
Some of my favorite.
But I think guns are like banned. Like banned. In
yeah, it's like part of it. You know.
That's why there's so many machete attacks.
How many machete attacks are there? I wonder.
A good amount, I think.
There's another funny tweet I saw. Was like India bombed like the locale with the biggest Pakistani population, and they bombed downtown London.
That's actually, dude, Israel has a nuke pointed at London for like kind of that reason.
Say that again?
Like Israel has like nukes pointed at various countries, like just as like a mutually assured destruction deterrent.
Yeah.
One is London, just because they want like it's the West, but also like,
Yeah. Oh man.
Anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of like dealing with people passing out on the street, did you see the design of like that new public space in Boston? I forget which one it was. I can pull this up.
Yeah, I think I know. Like,
it's literally it was just notable to me because it literally designed to counteract homeless people.
Yeah,
it's
that's like
set
a
up
thing
so
these
that no
days.
homeless people can sleep there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like spikes on it or whatever or something kind of
Basically, thing. Like subtle versions of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. We're doing everything but solve the problem itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys ever like lived on the West Coast at all?
Copley Square.
Copley Square, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I will say, like, I lived in Seattle for a couple of years too, and like you see, I mean, the amount of like homeless junkies you see on the streets, they're just doing the nod. It's like
it's meth over there, though. No.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a lot of heroin, dude. A lot of that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's meth too. I mean, it's way worse over there because it like stays warm. Like it doesn't get like It's like one thing.
Yeah. So being homeless is kind of chill. Though.
I mean, it's not the.
I'm joking.
It has been chill. I mean, not only do you have perfect weather, but like, again, not to be political, but the Gavin Newsoms of the world have taken the approach of being like, yeah, camping is fine. You can be homeless.
Yeah.
Just be it over there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there were like encampments and stuff in Seattle for sure. But I mean, I would say it's like easier because like when I lived in Madison, like Wisconsin, I remember seeing these like people, like it gets down to like -20 out there, right? Like really cold Midwestern winters, and you'd see guys sleeping on like the air vents, like to keep warm, kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, it always struck me that if I was homeless, I'd live in LA. I guess, like
a homeless Wisconsinite is insane.
it's insane, dude. Like that was like one of those things. I was like, holy shit.
I just start walking, dude. Get over there.
Just go south.
Yeah, dude.
Just imagine talking to that guy. He's like, well, I have a lot of family here. It's well, fucking stay with them.
Yeah, where are they?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. I think it's one of those things where Madison had a pretty liberal culture. A lot of homeless shelters, but if you didn't make the list that night, you had to sleep somewhere. So rough shit though, dude. But yeah. I mean, I definitely like would ponder like where I'd live if I was homeless. Like walking, I was like, not Madison.
Yeah,
not Boston for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, in Davis we have a contingent. We have a solid squad of dudes.
That makes sense.
Like I've gotten to know by sight just by walking past them every day.
Yeah.
And I can't blame them. You're in Davis Square. You're surrounded by like naive college kids who will probably give you a couple bucks every now and then. There's a 7-Eleven right there. There's benches.
And to be fair, I mean, like, it's not like we're doing a lot for the homeless people in America. They got to do something. They got to be somewhere.
Yeah, I do think that a lot of these people are. So, like I drive Uber to work, and I picked up this woman who is a nurse on Mass Ave and Northampton, like where it's like the epicenter.
Yeah, sure.
Medical Center, right?
Yeah, and so she works directly with them. That's all she does all day.
And she's at the methadone clinic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, people don't realize how far gone these people are. Not necessarily even on drugs, but just traumatized. They're traumatized. They have schizophrenia.
Yeah.
You can put them in housing. You can give them a social worker.
Yeah.
But they're just gonna fucking run away.
Well, that was like all Reagan cut a bunch of these like mental health programs in the 80s, and then that's like kind of the net result of that is these people had nowhere to go.
Dude, Trump's about to cut Section 8 housing.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine?
No, dude. It's such a rough time to be a poor person right now.
It's gonna be a jungle, dude.
Brockton's gonna be wild, dude.
We're gonna need to build walls around like sections of Boston.
Yeah.
Is this how The Last of Us started?
Driving to Worcester and being like, build the wall. Yeah, dude. The Last of Us is going to be a cautionary tale. I will say, it's one of my favorite aspects of playing that game.
Oh, yeah.
The little glimpses of Boston.
Yeah, dude. Did you ever play like Fallout 4?
Briefly.
Yeah,
you start like here.
Yeah, right? You're out in Cambridge or something. Yeah, and like
start in Lexington.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then you walk down, and then like the center of town is like Fenway or something, right? Like
Yeah,
it's like inside the baseball stadium.
Diamond
They've
City.
like made they made like a post-apocalyptic fort. It's pretty cool.
they have the hilltop in Saugus. That's that's one of the game spots.
Cool.
The cactus on Route 1.
Yeah. Oh, dude, speaking of Cambridge, I think I might have mentioned this on the pod a couple weeks ago, but I was hanging out at home, and a roommate hit me up being like, hey, man, can you give me a ride to work? I was supposed to take the T, but there's a shooting at Harvard Square.
Jeez, dude.
And I drove him into Harvard Square, and, like, the T was blocked off, and there were cops and shit everywhere, and, like, cops with assault rifles going down into the T station. Apparently what happened is somebody just, like, opened fire on one guy, and then ran away and got away.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he missed. He didn't end up killing the person. But, like, it was clearly a failed assassination attempt.
Oh, wow. Was the guy of note or anything like that? Or
I don't know. Work for a healthcare company?
I don't know. I mean, Harvard is at war with the Trump administration right now. It could have been like some crazed Trump person being like, I'm doing my part.
Yeah, could be.
But yeah, I just thought that was wild, because normally you hear these stories and it's like deranged people who have no real direction towards it, but like this almost felt, to your point, like more Luigi-like.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's better though, I think, right?
Oh yeah, I prefer Luigi to a
to like just a crazy person just
randomly.
They're
bad in different ways. They're bad in different ways.
I guess.
Like crazy
Luigi
people
got caught.
are
That
always
was
going to be crazy, but like when you have really smart, rich, good-looking people with things to lose, going after the system.
Yeah.
Like,
Sexy.
That's true, yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I think he
Gets
might,
the people going.
He might
get off, no?
I think he might get off.
Oh, I hope he gets off.
Largely
I'll help
because-
him get off.
Yeah.
Dude, he's sharing a cell with Diddy. Like,
Somebody's getting off.
yeah.
Oh, he's getting off, dude, already, dude. They're freaking off right now, dude.
If he gets acquitted,
Yeah.
the amount of dick and pussy that this guy's gonna
Oh
drown
my
in,
god.
dude.
Oh my god, dude.
it's gonna be so crazy.
I mean, he's never buying a drink again for sure. And then after that, he is definitely.
He's gonna write an OJ style book.
His
called,
phone will never stop
If I
buzzing.
did it, the Luigi Mangione story. Yeah.
I fucking did it.
But yeah, I can't keep track of all the headlines about it. But like every week, I feel like I see a new thing where they're like, yeah, like there was some interference in the trial, like some sort of evidence was tampered with or something.
Well, it was
like that.
something. The thing that I heard was that they like illegally searched him before they gave him his Miranda rights too,
Yeah,
or
and
something
they
like
took
that.
his
Right.
backpack
So, like,
away.
there was a bunch of shit that they fucked up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
so funny because it's like, I mean, most of the time you hear about stuff like that, and it annoys you because like this is what got Cosby off, is that they just fucked up the prosecution, the prosecutorial strategy. They gave him immunity for like in exchange for his testimony, and so they got this testimony which helped them nail some other guy. Meanwhile, Cosby is like the most prolific rapist ever, and he's getting off. But in the case of Luigi, it's like hell yeah, man.
Yeah. It's cool how you brought Bill Cosby into that conversation.
What's the other example I can think of?
Yeah.
Man, I was a huge Cosby fan for years.
Yeah.
You know, he was the first comedian.
After
ever.
the allegations came out, I loved him.
Yeah, huge fan, and then you can imagine how much of a fan I was. But yeah, his old CDs were great.
No, I mean,
Himself is a fucking
Himself is
fantastic
amazing.
special.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a all-time great comedian in some ways for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like that's one of those art from the artist kind of things, right?
For sure.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I do think it's like really interesting to like look back on some of those things about like him being an excellent father and like a role model and all that other stuff, and be like, well, that was a little because he took that pretty seriously, you know, like.
Yeah.
And that part's kind of funny to like look back at because I'm like, oh, you're just full of shit. It turns out, but
Well, like I mean, everything.
There was an
in
episode of the
hindsight-
Cosbys where he like made pudding and they all fell asleep.
are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Jamie?
Yep. Jamie, pull this up.
Cosby Show pudding episode.
It's bittersweet legacy. Bill Cosby was like, write what you know. Just
I mean, it's kind of like how like Chris D'Elia was cast as a pedophile in You.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, I just remember being like, I mean, we talked about that forever ago, but like the mindset of taking that role.
He's like, this'll get him off.
I always think about that when you watch like an episode of Law and Order SVU, and it's like it's not like one of the like campy ones. It's one of the like, oh, somebody just like murdered and dismembered a woman episodes. I'm like, do you really want to be like that guy? Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
are you
Right.
gonna,
Yeah, do you want to lean into this being your character?
yeah, like that seems like, you know,
Yeah.
acting seems like a rough gig sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because like most of them aren't making that much money. So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if being the villain is the way you're gonna make money,
Yeah, I always think of,
you gotta take it.
I always think about that when you see somebody with like a really like sort of like weird role on a show where it's like they're doing something you would never like really want to be seen doing, like how desperate they must be and like how like
Right.
this is in some ways probably like the pinnacle of their career in that moment, you
Yeah.
know, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's got to be a rough life.
It'll
in
be
some
interesting
ways.
to see like the trajectory of Joffrey's career, for example.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Game of Thrones. It's like him being a nice guy is gonna be weird to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least he was like
Yo,
good in
click
that
on
show.
videos, see if it pops up in there.
Videos.
Because you're on news.
I want to watch Bill Cosby drug
Oh,
some
news
people.
is dumb. I should do. Chocoholics, Cliff and Olivia do a hatchet job on the cake that Claire has baked for extracting a large circle from its middle. No.
I feel like
Hold
this.
on, let me just do it all.
Maybe
Slumber
there's-
Party? Yeah, if that's coming up.
Maybe.
Oh, this would be a good...
ChatGPT.
yeah. Yeah, I don't need to be logged in for this one. Is there an episode of The Cosby Show where he makes everyone fall asleep with pudding?
Come on, ChatGPT, prove me right, please.
There is no episode.
Fuck!
Maybe it makes
Dude, where did I see
parodies-
this?
Parodies and internet jokes. Especially following the.
Dude, I saw this like years ago. I don't think it was like AI.
So
AI
he's
couldn't
a
have been that good.
spokesperson
back
for
then.
Jello pudding.
I don't think it was an AI.
So that's a, yeah, that's an easy like combination to make. They'd probably take like one of those old commercials.
Kenny's like having flashbacks to an experience with Bill Cosby he actually had. He's like, no, it's on the show. We're like, wait, Kenny, like, didn't you meet Bill Cosby in person once and he gave you pudding? Like,
Yeah.
So who's on your like Mount Rushmore of comedians?
Norm's definitely like my number one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy who I look up to. I mean, I love John Mulaney. I think he's like an excellent writer.
Have
And
you been
is-
watching Everybody's Live?
No, I need to like start watching that show actually. Like I'm just like not I'm not. I don't watch like a bunch of like live TV anymore. So, but they like show the recordings the day after, right?
Yeah, it's on.
It comes out on
permanently.
Netflix. So
Oh yeah,
it's
okay,
just
yeah.
on there.
Because I've seen the like clips I've seen from it are pretty funny. But I've got tickets to see him when he's coming, in a couple of months.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that would be great.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, so definitely will be cool. All time Mount Rushmore comedians.
So is that
Such a good
only
question.
Norm or Mulaney also?
I put Mulaney up there for me. Like, are we talking about like stand up comedians? Or are we talking
Yeah,
about like acting?
Well, you can open it up,
comedians?
yeah.
Like.
Whoever's been the most influential to you.
Yeah. This is a great question. Bill Murray is always like somebody who I've like has made me laugh. Just in terms
that's
of
sick.
like, and Steve Martin, I guess would be up there too.
Yeah.
Like Bill Murray and
Oh, yeah.
Steve Martin are guys who like just no matter what they do, I've always like watched it, loved it. I think Steve Martin is a brilliant writer too, and like, did you guys know he's
I
like
just
one of,
listened to his book.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Did you
long
really?
ago.
Born Standing Up?
Yeah, yeah.
I still haven't listened to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good, dude.
Yeah, he's excellent. He's also. Did you guys know he's like a very accomplished banjo player? Like
Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
talks
I knew
about
that.
that. In
Yeah,
the,
like-
talks
like-
about that in the book. a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and just as I play a little bit of folk music and like I think that's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
cool. So
Yeah,
like
cool.
yeah,
Are you in a band?
no, I just kind of do like I like to just play by myself
Yeah,
kind of
just fuck
thing.
around.
Yeah, I've talked about doing something with a couple of people around town. Joe Frober.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about like
We
kinda,
love Frober on this podcast.
Great guy, yeah.
Frober's a
Friend of the pod.
Frober's
Yeah.
a regular.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I gotta make that happen with him. That'd be fun. You play see
He's
the piano.
great. I do. I haven't invested as much time into it as I
Okay.
should.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll let you audition, and then if you suck, we'll just fucking cut you. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Frober rules though
I'd
musically.
like to
He's awesome.
integrate it into my comedy. Like
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis, I don't know if I want to go full Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham's like, but he's more musician in some ways than like. I mean, he's very funny, but
Yeah.
like he's really music focused. Like he's
Yeah.
a very talented musician. Yeah, I mean, and then I think like Tina Fey's probably like pretty high up there. Like now, yeah,
She's another one with a great book.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Tina Fey's like. It's hard to think of a lot of comedy writers that are better than her in terms of like versatility and like. I mean, she's written great movies. She was amazing on SNL. Like 30 Rock
fucking
is.
rules.
30 Rock fucking rules.
30 Rock is an all-time great. The first
Yeah.
3 seasons of 30 Rock are some of the funniest TV you can find.
So
like,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame the downfall of Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
what a weird downfall he's had, from like accidentally shooting a lady to being like
Being forced to do reality TV, dude.
Yeah,
with his
he's
really?
wife.
involved into this bizarre relationship where his wife is like clearly addicted to having babies.
Yeah.
Which is like
and
a
the
rare
attention.
addiction, but it is an addiction.
That's a rare addiction.
Yeah. No, truly, because it's like they get high on like the hormonal outburst that happens as they're birthing the child. It's apparently like for those first few months you're super high.
Yeah, you're just
on,
jonesing
like,
after the baby.
basically,
Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah.
so when she comes down off that, she's like, I gotta get
high again.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's rare, but it does happen, and it's
Damn,
in her
dude.
case, it's clearly what's going on.
Yeah, that's.
The bags under his eyes just get deeper and deeper.
Yeah, dude. She's a piece of work. Did you hear about that whole thing where she like pretended to be like Hispanic or something?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
like and
That was
Hidalia.
that was nuts.
That was
She's from
pretty
fucking
funny.
Boston.
That was pretty funny.
It's like, dude, I'm fucking Spanish, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, there's some great ones. I mean, who for you is like your top? kind of
Norm,
4 or 5. Yeah.
Louis.
Oh yeah, sure.
Louis, who's also coming out with a book. I'm excited
Yes.
for that.
Another. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day about how well written Louis was as a show. Like that's another like.
Oh, dude.
That was like one of those things where I wish he hadn't gotten canceled because it's hard to find. I think you have to like pay him now or something to download it.
Yeah.
I need
I
to
own
find
it if you want the fucking
Yeah.
password.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
cool.
you.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna take-
I own
yeah.
the whole series.
Yeah. That's cool that he does that, but like, yeah, that was a bummer that he had his
Yeah.
It
little
was like
faux pas.
$15 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
it's
not bad. Okay, maybe I'll just buy it and,
Yeah.
whatever.
5
I
cents.
have mixed feelings about it because I don't like spending money. I don't have money to spend on that, but I like anything that goes against, like we were talking about earlier, the McDonaldsization.
Yeah.
If this means that he can self-fund his own shit
Yeah.
and not have to listen to producers, then...
I liked when Radiohead did that too and was just like selling their album without the label. Like I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
give the music to the artist, like,
Yeah.
that's cool. Okay, Louis.
Yeah, Louis had a run there for a while where he was writing Louis and he was doing stand-up and like coming out with a special per year.
Yeah.
Which is a rate at which most people can't handle even
Without
if they're
doing a TV
without
show.
doing anything else. Yeah.
I do think that's something like that people forget about, like when it came out, about because like so many people like kind of went down at that time period. But Louis was like on his way to being like a top all time like top
think he was there.
5.
I think he
like
arrived.
I think he was
yeah,
there.
yeah, he was like
Rolling Stone called him the king of comedy.
Yeah,
He
I
put
mean,
him on the
like-
cover and nobody disputed it.
yeah, but it's like one of those things where like you didn't see it coming, and like the career was just going to be this thing where it's like I can't wait to see what Louis does next.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
like so like oh shit, he like, I mean, shouldn't be masturbating in front of random women. That's a bad idea. And like I just it was a weird thing when it happened. So but he's like kind of back now, right? Like
Oh,
he's
fully back.
back.
He's
Yeah.
fully back. He's touring. We're gonna see him when he comes in.
Yeah,
October.
we see him in
you
October.
guys think he's ever going to get like another TV show?
Not unless he's self-funded.
He's gonna do it
Yeah.
himself probably if he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Did you guys ever try to watch
I think
that?
he's trying to do more movies now though than
movies?
TV
Okay.
shows. Yeah.
Interesting. Do you know he wrote Pootie Tang?
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing fucking movie.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I was like, yeah, cool, man.
Yeah. I also Horace and Pete is incredible.
I was gonna ask you, have you guys like actually like I can't actually get into it. Like I don't like the way, like for me the aesthetic is not my thing, and like I've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
It's more serious than his other stuff, right?
Incredibly serious.
Okay.
Really
Incredibly
serious.
dry.
I think
Yeah.
like for me that was like also a part of it is like I couldn't get a read on like
He basically had like other comedians come in to be the comedic relief-ish
Okay.
things. Like Normand was on it a couple times.
I would say, with the exception of one or two of his like weirder, more like niche movies that he's done, it's the highest brow thing he's created. And again, it's very you have to like commit.
Yeah, no. I could tell. That's like sort
Yeah.
of what I was like feeling. I was like, I don't know what I'm getting here exactly. I was like unwilling to kind of commit past like the first like episode or something. And
Dude, I kept thinking of Louis when I was watching David Lynch. Like when you watch David Lynch, you realize Louis got half of his style from David Lynch.
a lot of the
and
filmmaking
you have
style.
in a similar way, you have to just kind of let go and let this person take you on a ride.
Well, that's the show. I mean, Louis was filmed in a really, really cool way, and like it was like very like experimental in a lot of different ways, and like I mean, the guy's an absolute genius, like in so many ways. But and
I wonder, like, I mean, just do you think he's like paid his debt to society, like by being canceled, being dragged through the mud by the New York Times? You know, we don't know everything he did, and we don't know everything he suffered, so it's impossible for us to really judge.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Short of going to, he didn't do anything illegal as far as we know.
Yeah.
So it's not like jail time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think for me, it's like he's he did like face some consequences. He had to like deal with them, and I mean, it's up to whoever wants. Like, if you want to like laugh at his jokes, they're funny. I mean, like that's just like kind of what it comes down to me. And like, I don't know, man. I'm not the kind of guy who thinks like I'm in a place of judgment, right? Like, you know,
Nor am I.
And it wasn't like, you know, with what's his Weinstein, that was like so obviously somebody who needed to like go to jail and like be excluded from society
For sure.
and I think maybe Louis did need to be exposed for sure. Like I think like that needed to come to light, and like he needed to face consequences for it.
He was definitely
like,
drunk on whatever kind of power he had.
yeah, exactly. You shouldn't be going around acting like that. That's like if it was my sister, I'd want to punch him in the face, right? That's what it comes down to, right? Sure. And like, but the thing is, like, you know what? If he did 5 years of work and came back and was like, hey, that was like a fucking stupid thing, which is kind of how I feel like he's approached it, right?
Yeah.
Like
he took a time out.
He
That's
took
for sure.
yeah.
Took a pretty serious time.
I think
a
he
little time out.
I think he's a very intelligent man. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
And it's impossible for him to not reflect upon it, right? Like,
For
I'm
sure.
he
Yeah.
reflected on
Oh
it
yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
And-
yeah.
I have to imagine, based upon what I know about Louis, that anything he's feeling is way more intense than anything I can make him feel about it. Or like I think he's the kind of guy who's probably feels pretty guilty about it. Like,
I would imagine the biggest guilt he feels is towards his daughters.
that is something that I thought about a
through,
lot.
Like their dad,
that was such a
this guy.
Yeah.
big part of Louis too.
Yeah.
Like that was the one thing that actually bothered me when it came out. I was like, dude, that show was like a lot about how you want to like be cool for your daughters and stuff. You know,
you were a
like
role model as a father.
Yeah.
In many respects.
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
your art.
Well, a lot of his stand-up too was about,
Yeah.
like that's kind of how he popped off.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, you just shouldn't be doing that if that's who you want to be, Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of what it came down to. And, like, I mean, I think he has, like, had, the same thing could be said about, like, Mulaney, too, though, right? Like, with the cocaine stuff. And, like, some people think Mulaney's a
victimless
scumbag.
crime.
I mean, hey, dude,
Yeah.
hey, you're preaching to the choir, right? Like, I mean... no, but some people thought he was a scumbag because, left his wife, got with Olivia Munn, was like in cocaine rehab and all this other
The
stuff.
rumor that, and again, this is totally a rumor, but the rumor that I heard about that is that beyond the rehab stuff, which seems like the obvious story, is that his wife has had like anorexia issues, which have made her infertile.
Yeah.
And Mulaney wanted to have kids.
I mean,
So he was like,
to that point though, I mean, he's welcome to leave his wife for whatever reason
Right,
he
yeah,
feels.
yeah.
Like,
you,
frankly,
you,
like,
you can leave a lady. It's okay.
yeah. I mean, like, people make personal decisions, they live personal lives, and yeah, if Olivia Munn hits on you, that's pretty hard to say no to. I'm just going to be honest about
That's
it.
true.
Like,
That's also true.
But I can understand the perspective of somebody who's irritated on the behalf of his ex-wife, being like, she stuck with you through all this. Then the moment you clean up and you become a decent person,
Yeah.
you leave her in the
Yeah.
fucking dust.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and so I could see that argument, but for me, it's
Also,
like,
being a fuckboy is not a crime, dude.
Maybe she should have dumped him.
Yeah.
it's a free country, and
Yeah.
people are
She
free to
should've
judge
left
you
him-
for your
She
actions.
should have left him when he was an addict. dude.
The thing that has annoyed me the most about the if anything, the thing that's annoyed me the most about the cocaine thing is that after the special on this show, Everybody's Live, he still makes jokes about it pretty consistently. He's like, it's starting to feel like he's milking it.
a
Yeah,
little
It's
bit,
like,
dude.
I know you were close to dying, and this
Yeah.
was a huge part of your life,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah,
all right,
come on.
let's move
Yeah,
on.
you're done now. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he went to rehab and he like did some work on himself, and it sounded like he needed to like kind of come to terms with some things, and like I mean, it's sort of like, to me, it's the same thing. Like, sometimes people got to work on themselves, and when you're in the public eye, like, it's one thing like when you have those issues, like, and you're just like a normal person, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
nobody notices, right? Like, your family's there for you, and like maybe your neighbors know or whatever, like, but.
Yeah, beyond like your job and shit, no one knows.
The New York Times is not reporting on it,
Exactly,
right?
yeah,
Like,
right.
that's
Right.
I don't know how I would handle it. Like, I've had things I'm glad the New York Times is not reported on. Like, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Like, like, I don't want my like personal life to be the subject of gossip. That's got to be
Indeed.
that's got to be a different level of fuck with you on some level.
Yeah, yeah. That's ultimately what made me feel like I think one could at least argue that Louis has paid his debt. Is just like to have your name dragged through the New York Times.
Yeah.
It's just that public shaming.
Yeah.
I gotta be like, in general, I'm just done with the whole everybody needs to have a hot take kind of thing. Like, just this whole like. I think the Me Too movement was a really important thing, and it brought a lot of good stuff to light. And I just think that we need to like stop having these like bash sessions like after the fact. We need to focus on like these guys like Weinstein who are using their power for like real like evil and stuff like that. But like some of it, you just gotta. It's not like all men are evil. Some of them just like make mistakes, and like everybody comes from different.
It's interesting the cottage industry of like making yourself edgy and niche by reviving some of these characters. So like Candace Owens, is like fully on the train of Weinstein is innocent.
Really?
And he should come back.
What?
And you have Kanye releasing Heil Hitler songs and shit like
I mean,
that
dude,
was nuts
the
today. Did you
Kanye,
listen to
Fucking crazy.
It's insane, dude.
The
I know there's
Kanye
slightly
stuff
different
is.
things, but-
Did you bump it?
I don't even know with him anymore.
I kind
like,
of feel an ethical compulsion not to bump it.
Yeah.
Being honest with you.
the guy like went out of his way to like. I loved Kanye. Like,
Yeah.
Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of my favorite albums
Me
of all
too.
time.
Me
dude.
too.
My
Like,
favorite of his albums.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. It's
Graduation.
fucking weird. It's dark. Like,
I like them all.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I like them all too.
Yeah.
up until like Pablo or something. That's when he started to like kind of lose it.
You started to see the cracks in the facade. At Pablo. It's
Yeah.
I think Ye was still good. That album.
But, you know, like,
But Ye was really good.
Yeah.
The nitrous thing is interesting. I've never known anybody. I've known like dumb college
Was he a
and
nitrous
high
guy?
school kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's suing his dentist, who
Yep.
apparently like
Got him hooked on nitrous.
So ever since the car accident, his dental situation has been a disaster
I
that's
didn't know
required constant attention.
Yeah.
He's spent more time in the dentist chair than anybody else.
Yeah.
And his dentist apparently was irresponsible with the nitrous dosage, or at least that's what he argues.
Yeah.
maybe,
And so he's been like,
maybe.
yeah, it is a convenient, you know.
I mean, boy who cried wolf situation, you know? Like, I'm not going to trust a damn thing Kanye says at this point, right?
True,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, I don't
Yeah.
know, dude. Like,
It is
true.
funny from the dentist's perspective. It's like your most famous client has gone full Hitler, and then
I know.
suddenly he's like, "It's actually my dentist's fault." You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
What the hell, dude?
it's probably a pretty good bit, actually. There, Eddie, you might want to work on that one.
I'm just doing my fucking job.
Actually, you know what's was Kanye this funny before his car accident? I wonder.
I don't know, but
Because a lot of people say like Roseanne wasn't funny, Kinnison, like until they had like severe like
Brain
head trauma. And I wonder if like Kanye, like this is probably like CTE
No,
shit from
well,
his car
there
accident.
is a thing that like CTE like increases.
I mean, Antonio
your-
Brown, dude.
So, yeah, why so many comedians come out of the NFL, but...
Yeah.
Well, it lessens.
Antonio
your
Brown's
risk of-
fucking hilarious,
like,
dude.
He's-
One thing for sure that
he's
it
so
does,
detached
funny.
from reality is what he is.
He's so funny, dude.
one thing for sure that it does is
You scroll his Twitter and tell me you're not gonna laugh, dude.
Okay, that's fair.
Antonio
That's fair. That's fair.
You're on like
Not
10
for the
seconds
reason,
and you're
not for
laughing,
the
dude.
reasons he intended. Though.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Antonio Brown's being intentionally funny.
Maybe.
He's going for it.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
He was on Kill Tony this week.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's pretty
Dude,
funny.
he's wearing an army like an army helmet, dude.
That's pretty funny, actually. Damn it, dude. Okay, Antonio Brown's kind of funny.
It was,
All right.
him,
Like,
it was him and Tommy Pope, dude. It was a sick episode. Tommy Pope's just like, what the fuck is up with this guy, dude?
so funny.
Just a really Italian guy fucking dealing with Antonio Brown, dude. It's so funny.
Well,
What was
right
that?
now,
What were we
fellas.
talking? Oh, one last thing. The Piers Morgan Kanye thing, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it? Did you watch it?
I did not. What did Piers Morgan say to Kanye?
So it was literally 5 minutes. It was supposed to be a whole interview thing. And Piers Morgan got the amount of followers that Kanye had wrong.
Okay.
And Kanye walked off.
Really?
He said that when you learn how to count, we can try again. That's what he said.
That's awesome. That's an awesome fucking
So funny,
line, dude.
Yeah.
Good for Kanye.
When you learn how to count, we can try again.
It's so funny, dude.
Oh, dude.
He is funny, man. Like, I will say, like, one of the funniest things I've ever seen was Kanye saying George Bush doesn't care about black people
That's
on SNL. Just
phenomenal.
I mean, the look on Mike Myers' face was just priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one thing that could, excuse me, it's the one thing that I think could potentially dig him out of all this, is if he said, like, I was just being taboo for the sake of being taboo.
Yeah.
Like, if he made that blanket claim, then, I mean, he's lost a lot of people forever.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did say that he was doing like a social experiment, is what he claimed on Twitter.
Right, but then he keeps doing it.
No, I know.
It's like,
I know.
I think he would have to, like, literally, like, go to rehab for, like, a year or something. Like, some, like, actual,
Right.
like, run by a really accredited doctor kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
He'd have to go live with, like, Rick Rubin or somebody.
Yeah, and like actually show real contrition. And then his music would have to get good again. Then I think people would be like, okay,
It-
maybe Kanye's back.
The bully stuff was pretty good, dude.
Bully was pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just this Heil Hitler song is that's right. You've lost me now, Kanye. Come on.
Even Kenny's like, whoa,
You had me,
man.
dude. You had me still.
Imagine being so anti-Semitic you lose.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's insane.
not actually
Anytime I make
anti-Semitic.
fun of someone complaining, I do oh, why you doing that? You know, you had me, dude, and you lost me, dude. Come on,
Done.
Well,
get
that's
back to
something
it.
that I would say to Kanye if he's listening is like, dude, you're ruining it for the rest of us because
Yeah.
now nobody's allowed to make Jew jokes.
Yeah,
because you've made the conversation so serious that they're justifiably worried that people
Yeah.
are actually being serious when they say shit like this.
Yeah.
And now we can't make jokes.
yep.
Ugh.
All we got is the
Thanks,
Italians
Kanye.
left.
Yeah, the
Italians and
are all
Irish
left.
we can make fun of.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's it.
Good.
All right, well,
Great.
anything to plug? Glovebox TV,
Yeah,
boys.
Glovebox TV. We got some great sketches coming out. I wrote a lot of them. Let's see. Yeah, I got a couple of shows coming up, but you know they're in June, so we won't plug those. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Average Joe Jensen on Instagram.
Yep.
Guys,
Yep.
thanks so much for having me on tonight. Of
course,
it was
man.
great. A lot
Dude,
of fun.
My pleasure,
Great.
man.
Fuck
My
yeah.
pleasure.
Cool.
Solid, Hank. Yeah, I have Kenny and I have the roast on the 14th.
Yeah.
This should be out by then. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
please come out to that.
Come to that. Watch us make fun of each other. It'll be cool.
All right. Yeah, man.
Yes,
that sounds
indeed.
awesome.
All right.
Cool.
Great, guys.
Bye.
Take it easy.
This ain't nothing without it. Don't let them get you down.